Hi, welcome you all to Leisure World of Photonics India. And today our esteemed guest is, yes, Kristina Ananičienė. Okay, great. Well, uh, regarding her, what to say? Like it is all a lot of experience in the field, right? And she is executive director of Lithuania Leisure Association. About Kristina, executive director, yes, and she is executive director of Lithuania LLA and also manages leisure and engineering technologies cluster, guiding key leisure industry initiatives in Lithuania. Under her leadership, Lithuania's leisure ecosystem has flourished from 25 companies two decades ago to around 60 today, spanning the full leisure technology value chain. She actively promotes Lithuanian leisure technologies internationally. At Photonics West 2024 in San Francisco, she highlighted that 80% of Lithuania's leisure production is exported to nearly 80 countries, with the US alone accounting over $32.5 million with worth in 2022. Great. Welcome to our today's podcast. Yes. My question to you is, she has gained recognition as a global leader in leisure technologies. Okay. Could you share how this ecosystem evolved and what makes Lithuania such a strong hub?
Yeah, so the first laser was fired in Lithuania was 1966 at Vilnius University. So it was just 4 years after the first laser was fired worldwide.
Mhm.
Then the question is why it was done in Vilnius and at Vilnius University. And it was done because the scientists read in some paper that there is a laser as a tool and it potentially can be used for their spectroscopy things to investigate.
Mhm.
So they had the opportunity to get some knowledge in the Moscow University. And back then, Lithuania was a part of Soviet Union, so we did not have pretty much anything.
Okay.
We couldn't buy anything from the West. So what we really had, we had the passion for the science. And in order for us to have something, we had to make it happen by ourselves.
Okay.
So driven by that, the scientists took with everything they could have, including their knowledge, and this is how the first laser was developed at Vilnius University in order to do the spectroscopy experiments at university. Yeah.
Okay.
Afterwards, the scientists thought that maybe this is problem that are facing also the other scientists. So maybe this is also the great business opportunity. And one way led to another. So from a couple of several researchers and the first group of scientists have led now to, like I mentioned, 60 companies, 5 research centers, working, developing lasers, optics, laser microfabrication solutions, and everything is being exported worldwide. And the question about what I think it's a very strong hub in Lithuania, I think it's there's several ways how we could answer to this question, but I think one of the main reasons why we are a hub in Lithuania is that it's also the physically we are a hub. 99% of the companies are located in the same city.
Okay.
We are the startups of the same universities, the same research center. We are, the same CEOs earlier studied at the same Vilnius University. So we do have these partnerships and relationships not only from business point of view, but also from social life point of view. So this really enables us to know our strengths and weaknesses and really to help each other. And I think this is what makes us help.
Right. Rather, we can say like a sort of unity that comes up.
Definitely.
And once again, when there is unity and there is like a lot of knowledges comes up from different heads, definitely some productive ideas comes up. And
Yes.
Doing the best. Great. So moving to the next question, the cluster has grown from around 25 companies to over 60 today. What strategies have enabled this scale up? And how has collaboration across research, academia, and industry played a role?
Yeah. So also, I think there are a couple ways to answer to this. I will tell
Please.
from my point of view.
Please.
I think that we didn't had any strategy to grow as a community itself. It's
Okay.
not a strategy. I think there are three main factors that enabled us to grow. First factor, I would say, is the timing.
And
At the end of the 90s, Lithuania gained its independency. So we first had some problems with our internal economics, but afterwards everything opened. We were open to the world with all the possibilities, and we were hungry to try all of those.
exactly.
We became a part of the European Union, which has led to the second key factor. This is the resources. We gained some investment from the European Union, also from our national government. They invested into R&D facilities and the background, not only in laser research sector field. There were a couple of different areas that we are strong in Lithuania, but it was one of the factors that we were able to get those resources, helping us to make that the most important background for our future innovation development. And third factor, I would say, is the people. It's the same, hungry people that really loves, lasers and physics. The first CEOs, they created the companies not because they just wanted to do the business. They wanted to do the research, but there was also, general hungry.
Hungry,
You still
actually.
have to eat something,
want,
bring to
that
the company. Yeah.
Need, right?
Yeah. So the business is one of the ways, how to, get a little bit of money movement. But everything from now is still being built, on the love for the lasers and everything what we are doing.
Exactly.
So these three factors, I think, are one kind of the key factors, I think, for our community to grow in the last couple of decades. And the connections between companies and research institutions is vital. Everything of our ecosystem, what is doing today, it's starting from the research. So even today, the companies themselves are investing a lot in the internal R&D activities. We are really close within the companies and also with the other research centers, because in general, in industry, in order to provide the cutting edge solutions, we have to have front end innovations. So you always have to be one step ahead. The industry changes every year, so you always have to be one step ahead. So that collaboration with the industry and the academia is one of the key factors, and also the success stories of ours.
A wonderful enthusiasm, a wonderful, a thought process which has not only started from the research point of view, but at the same time from people's their need, from their need aspects also, that also matters a lot. And there should be two-sided, there should not be one-sided. So great, wonderful. Moving to the next is Lithuania exports a significant share of its laser products worldwide. How do you see the US market and other international markets shaping Lithuania's export strategies?
Yeah. So we export pretty much everything what we develop, whether through services, whether through components or lasers itself, because we do not have the industry in Lithuania that is using the technologies that we are developing. So what means is that we need to find the clients outside of our country. I think in average in the last decade, we are exporting more than 90% of our products every year. Last year, for example, it was 95%. So it's always pretty much everything what we are exporting. So international connections and everything what's going on outside of Lithuania, it's always important for us. We export to more than 80 countries worldwide, including the India itself. Right now, the main markets, it's in general the European Union, but also the United States, China, Japan, Taiwan. So everywhere where the high technologies are being developed and created. So regarding the USA or the other political or taxes situation or wherever, that's always we are putting our, we are keeping us on toes and looking how it's going on with all the partnerships, relationships, global chains, and etc. In one or another way, it still reflects us, and it's really important to be for us out there.
Exactly. Do you find short of especially the disturbances of nature, the disturbances of economy, whether it affects?
Sometimes yes, it depends what kind of those turbulences are. When it affects the investments into high technologies, for
Naturally.
example, for the research innovation, or the somewhere, for example, if the investments are cut, like in semicon, quantum, or whatever, so that definitely reflects it.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, if someone is investing in new technology development, the lasers are one of the key enabling technologies to do that. So we have to be aware what's going on in the global economy and where the investments and the future technologies are moving. And we're looking then how we can help them to make those steps better.
Precisely. Yeah. Lithuanian laser firms are active in areas ranging from biomedicine and space to defense and Industry 4.0. Could you highlight some exciting cross-sector innovations emerging from the cluster?
Yeah. So at the very early beginning, just a little bit back, the main industry for us was the scientific. So whether the scientific institutions or the bigger companies that had R&D department, but for the last 10 years, I see that there's bigger and bigger movement into industrial applications. So more than half sales come from the industrial partners. What gives us is that I see that there's more interesting applications fields where I see that our technologies are being applied. So pretty much in any headline, what's going on, whether it's semicon, whether it's electronics, whether it's defense, pretty much at least one of our company in the ecosystem can provide at least some solution, from very high-end optics to some sort of laser microprocessing solution or laser source or some sort of spectroscopy solutions. So there's a variety of different. I think one of the latest achievements, I would say, from the cross-sectorial interactions, the first Lithuanian laser was put in the space just a couple of months ago for quantum calculation testing, something like that.
That's great.
Yeah, so and the first results came and they're really, really amazing. The laser works, the results are perfect. So this might be, the new leaf of our,
wonderful,
application
and congratulations for the same.
Thank you.
Great. Good work. My next question is, how important are clusters and associations like LITEC, right? LITEC, I can say.
Yes, cluster, yes.
LITEC is in fostering cooperation, knowledge sharing, and infrastructure growth within Lithuania's leisure community.
So I think what our community is unique is that our community doesn't need any cluster, LITEC, or association. It doesn't need. Everyone knows everyone. It's very easy to find the person that knows the person. So I think this is what makes our ecosystem unique and that strong hub, because it's very easy to find that information.
Yeah.
But where I see we as the Laser Association or the cluster, what we bring on the table for the community is that we are one voice to be heard to the outside of the community,
right,
to the politicians,
right,
what kind of problems
yeah,
or the challenges or maybe potential solutions we're facing, and this, we are kind of one voice helping to say, how the industry is doing and maybe how we could be bigger and better. I see the Lithuanian Laser Association or the LITEC cluster as a platform, as encouraging and helping the companies to be heard outside of Lithuania, because the companies themselves are doing a lot of marketing and awareness, but as the association and the clustering activities, we bring those international connections. We organize and participate in a variety of different international events, exhibitions. We bring really high-level people for the discussion, and then it's up for the companies to see if they will be able to close the collaboration deal or not.
Exactly.
So I see ourselves as a platform, helping for, especially maybe for smaller ones, but to help to be visible, heard, understand, and if it's needed, to do a little bit of guidance. But where typically the companies are really doing well on their own.
But do you think, Kristina, like marketing matters over here? Sales and marketing matters.
Yes.
Need is there. Customers' need is there. Yes. Of course, public adore.
Yeah.
They need. But at the same time, that connection is required through advertisement or promotion or marketing or something.
It's about the awareness rating. We are a very small country. If you say, you're even though you're a spin-off, from United States, it's very easy sometimes to open the doors and at least to be heard. At least you have to be heard. when you are a small country and at least some part of the world still doesn't know where we are in the map. So, and you're just a couple of people spin-off, sometimes it's very hard to open the bigger doors, at least to be heard. And when we as association come, we tell that yes, we have startups, smaller companies, but we are here to tell you about the ecosystem, about the community. It's like we are joking like in mafia, the family is here. Maybe not all of them you need, but you choose with whom you would like to work. But if they will be facing some problems, they will have the family around them that will be able to help. We have the full value chain. So the companies are sometimes, even though they're a little bit on the edge to compete, but at the end we're still kind of the family. Each company has its own niche, and we're really open for collaboration outside the community, but also inside. So this is why, as the community building association, we try to help to open those doors.
That basically strengthen the unity. And good, well, wonderful. Looking forward, what is your vision for Lithuania's leisure ecosystem over the next decade in terms of new market, innovation, leadership, and global positioning?
So for the last
vision
50, almost 60 years, we were developing lasers. For the last 25 years, we were developing laser technologies. 10, 15 years, we developed laser workstations. And now I see that the companies are moving more into application field.
Okay.
So I think after 5, 10, 15 maybe years, we will not only have even more success stories about how lasers, Lithuanian lasers or technologies can be applied in the quantum technologies in the space, like semicon or whatever industries. I think we even have maybe even more of know-how how to apply internally in Lithuania. So I think this will be like the main shift more towards the application field. Regarding the position in the world, we already in every country that develops high technology. So just the question is, in which areas we will be strong, like lasers for industry, lasers for quantum. So this will be seen.
Yeah, that's true. Opportunities are there, of course.
Oh yeah,
definitely. There are a lot of opportunities are there. Finally, what message would you like to give to industry leaders, researchers, and policymakers worldwide about collaborating with Lithuania's laser sector?
So I will take to the camera. Yeah?
Of course.
So my message will be simple and short. Lithuania's laser ecosystem has a strong expertise in developing laser technologies, especially ultra-short pulses and related. We really have a full value chain from optics, lasers, laser workstations, variety of different solutions. We are open, innovative, and ready for collaboration. Over the last couple of and more than a couple of decades, we really proved ourselves that we are able to turn the research into breakthrough products. And we wouldn't have been able to reach the results we have today without the partnerships. So the strength of our community and the partnerships are one of the key factors of our success. So let's innovate the industry together.
A sound and clear message from Kristina, Executive Director, Lithuania Laser Association. And we feel really proud and honored that she is with us with this podcast. And sincere thanks to you. And at last, one last question. We are basically related to Laser India Foundations and all, regarding advertising and all, into magazines and right. And we are basically publishing all the maintenance part, the repair part, and all in our magazine, right? Where like a lot of research articles and like publications are there, a lot of associations are there. We are making a lot of events rather, right? Especially in the area of leisure, right? Any messages for us? Any message for us?
So Lithuania has really proven to be a very strong partner when it comes to technology development, whether it's from technical point of view or to the developing lasers or solutions. So awareness, like I mentioned, is one of the key factors for us to be seen outside. And I think is one of the key messages, I think, for all of the companies. I heard in one of the visits that typically we tend to choose the decision based on the knowledge that we prior contributed or got, from there, but not necessarily it's the best choice. How to know which is the best choice is to at least know that there's another opportunity. So in order for others to know what kind of opportunities there is, you have to be shown, have to put yourself, whether in the catalogs, in the magazines, in the exhibitions, business visits, and etc. So I really hope that the interactions between the Lithuanian ecosystem and the Indian ecosystem will only increase in the next coming years.
Great. Sincere thanks to Kristina for her wonderful presence. Thank you.
Thank you very much.